Okay, the Board of Trustees will reconvene into open session. Since our student representative is not here this afternoon for leading the Pledge of Allegiance, I would take the honor of asking everyone to rise and face a flag if you have one, and we'll all say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And as we are facing some very high COVID numbers this month, I would like everyone to take a moment of silence and think about all the unfortunate people who have fallen to this disease and think about them and their families. And in addition to that, let's all be thankful that we are still here and able to speak and be a part of this meeting. Okay, I will have the clerk of the board report actions taken during closed session.
Thank you. And Anna, I want to thank you for the moment of silence. Deeply appreciated. Item 4.1, no reportable action situation, superintendent. 4.2, no reportable action taken regarding negotiations. And lastly, 4.3, no reportable action taken regarding personnel.
Thank you. Now, the Board of Trustees would like to recognize our community members and stakeholders for their interest in the Anaheim Union High School District and for attending our board meeting. We want to thank you for your participation and contribution as we create an educational environment that graduates socially aware, civic-minded students who are college and career ready with unlimited opportunities for the 21st century. And now I'd like to introduce any dignitaries that are here. Do we have any? I'm looking through my frames. I don't see everyone though. Do we know of any? Okay. I haven't been appraised of any that are with us. So we will then move on to the reports of our association. Officers present from the district's employee associations will be invited to address the Board of Trustees. But, okay. I'm looking for our list here. Let's starting with AFSCME. Do we have anyone from AFSCME present? Okay. ASTA, Grant Schuster. Is he present? Anyone representing ASTA?
Ms. Piercy, Mr. Schuster will be joining shortly, so he'll be here in just a minute.
Okay, well, let's move on then to other, and then we'll come back to him. Do we have CSEA, Jackie Brock, president? Is Jackie here? No, but I see Grant. Okay, Grant Schuster, ASTA president, would you like to give us a report?
Sure, thank you, Anna. I'll go ahead and start off here. Good afternoon, trustees, cabinet, and to our educators and employee groups, as well as students and parents joining us online. We hope everyone had a safe and rejuvenating break that was particularly important this year. As we start the second semester, we see both hope and anxiety in the forefront of everything we do. It underscores how important it is that we continue to work together as associations, districts, school boards, and communities. This was no more clearly illustrated than almost 2 months ago. Long, passionate, and thoughtful conversations were had about returning to campuses to start the second semester. There's nothing we all want more than a return to normalcy for our students and the community. And in our hearts, we continue to be pulled towards anything we can do to benefit them. I'm proud to be in a district that is willing to have hard discussions with open minds at every level. The decisions that have been made this year in this district have undoubtedly saved lives. In our profession, we often look back with pride and joy at the impact we have made on the lives of our students. Honestly, it is the reason most of us do what we do. This year, with the pandemic hitting our communities harder than most, we had to make decisions that directly impacted the public health of the community as a way of knowing who may or may not have gotten sick or may have even died if we had all made different decisions. But I sleep easier at night knowing that we were all responsible for the virus spreading less readily in our district. We will always be proud of the stand that we have made as an association, and we will always be thankful that our district leadership and board have put the safety of our students, employees, and community first, even when pressured strongly at times to do otherwise. In the face of this decision, it's also important to continually reevaluate our distance learning program. AUHSD and the district continue to meet weekly to discuss all matters of concern and how they might be addressed. The recent alteration of the distance learning schedule is being lauded by parents, students, and teachers as a model that better engages students on a daily basis while still balancing screen time and workload with students' home life under these stressful conditions. This did not happen by chance. Hundreds of hours were put in by teachers, district staff, and other stakeholders within the teacher input group and the Opening Schools Task Force. We are eager to continue with this dynamic that builds capacity and consensus within our district to increase the likelihood of success when we bring change to better support our students and educators. As we look towards a time that we can see our students in person, it will also be important to continue our adherence to public health metrics. We know that the situation is currently dire. After experiencing the last 2 months, there aren't many of us left who haven't personally lost someone we love to COVID, let alone had family members ill with the disease. As we move forward with the hope of mass vaccinations, we must continue to look at the community spread across our district in terms of cases and positivity rates to determine when it may be possible to reopen campuses to in-person instruction. Until the vaccinations and adherence to public health guidelines result in a decline and stabilization in virus numbers and transmission rates, we must continue to make our distance learning model the best that it can be and prepare our campuses for a safe return when it becomes possible. I also wanted to report out on what we hope to do when schools can reopen their campuses. We know that the needs of many in our underserved communities will be even greater when our students return. AUHSD has been selected, along with several other associations in California, by the National Education Association to be part of a national cohort bringing services and support to both our students and their families in need through a community schools model. We know that COVID has delayed the delivery of these services at the 2 community schools we already have at Sycamore and Anaheim. We are also excited by the district's application to the governor's grant this year to add 4 more community schools within our district. AUHSD will have a unique position at the meetings in February, and that we will be including district personnel in the form of our community school liaisons, along with teachers and parents on our team that will participate in this Community School Institute. We look forward to the great things community schools will enable us to bring our students and support within the community that will enable them to focus at school on their educations. I just want to again reiterate how appreciative we are to be in the district that we are in during this difficult time. We have done many great things that we have brought to our students, and we look forward to continue working through this second semester and until we get to the other side of this pandemic with our district and the school board. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Grant. Okay, do we have, I see APGA, Sylvia?
Here, yep. But Sylvia is going to rest her vocal cords this meeting.
Okay, Brian.
I will be presenting, and I love following Grant, and thank you, Grant, for being so well spoken. So I'll do my best Grant impersonation here. I'm as with most ASTA members, counselors are looking forward to return to work when it is safe to do so for all employees. Since Sylvia's last report was very comprehensive, I'm just going to highlight a couple things. I know later on we're going to be talking about the National School Counselor Week, which is always the first week in February. I know it's hard not to get confused with the other national weeks that are celebrated in February, such as National Jello Week, International Flirting Week, and National Marriage Week. But I decided to make sure that we emphasized on that National School Counseling Week. Something happened during the break. We had our lone counselor retiree, and we have not had a chance to recognize Lisa Rockwell. She retired. Lisa Rockwell was a counselor in this district for many, many years. I remember when I first started here 18 years ago, Lisa Rockwell was here. She served our alternative ed communities and high school and junior high communities. She was also known to be a stalwart with ROP, and she was an excellent military liaison with the armed forces and students in our district. She is a past APGA president and served many years as a member at large. So her leadership and dedication to our students and to our fellow APGA members is certainly going to be missed. So I would just like to take a moment to say thank you, Lisa. Hope you're watching. And that concludes my report.
Yes, thank you, Lisa.
Anna, I would also like to say thank you to her. She was truly a jewel.
Good long-time employee. I slipped by me that she retired at the middle of the year, but now I remember that. So I hope she's enjoying retirement. I would say I hope she's off on a good old trip, voyage somewhere. But unfortunately, that's not the best thing right now.
Well,
like when I retired, I took a trip to the islands of Greece. But maybe in a couple months she can go somewhere.
We can all send her a virtual hug for her years of service.
Right. And thank you. Okay. Is Sylvia going to give us anything, or is that it, Brian?
That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on, then we will look to Alta. Hilda, are you going to speak for Alta? Okay.
Yes, thank you, Madam President PRC. Good afternoon, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, and Executive Cabinet. So I want to welcome our student, parents, and school communities. I want to start by wishing everybody a happy new year and a happy 2021, hoping that you are safe and also that you are doing well. We wanted to just let you know at our sites, we are beginning to focus a little bit more on action civics. Every site has been doing a lot of work with our students revolving around COVID. And also we are supporting the Protect Anaheim campaign. So you're going to drive around and see banners and posters and our marquees with that information. We want to make sure that our community knows that, we're supporting you, and we hope that you are also being safe out there if you have to leave your house. And so we want to just be part of the community and remind parents and students of that. Also, we are prepping for our registration process already. I know it's crazy, but our counselors will be going out to the feeder elementary schools. And so sites administrators have been collaborating and putting together a junior high showcase. So we want to make sure that students at the junior high level. And so next week on the 20th, we have our junior high showcase. So we're really, really excited about that. Also, we're gearing up for the LCAP season. And so we are actively, again, seeking site feedback, and also students watching and parents watching. We're looking forward to getting your feedback as well. Also, we are going to be offering more parent learning walks. Last time I was here in December, I shared with you that we have already done a couple of them, Savannah, Berkus, and Orangeview, but now all the sites will be putting those out there for parents to participate. And again, getting an awareness and understanding what those 3 pillars look like in our virtual classrooms. And then I want to end with also, just as Grant and as many others share, the positive feedback that we have seen as a result of the implementation of the new schedule. I'm going to take my site, for example, because we just ran this data, but we do a weekly engagement report. And when we had asynchronous days, we had students not attending consistently. And so, it could be 100, 150 students. And so then we would connect with students. And this week we ran that data and it was down to 48 students. So we've talked a lot to parents and students and teachers, and they just really appreciate the balance of going to class in the morning, having a protected time in the afternoon to finish that work for those classes, and also connecting with their teachers or any services that the site may be providing during the week. And so just wanted to share with you and thank the board for, again, allowing that collaboration, and for all the members that came together to find some solutions that were really positive for our communities and for our students and our parents. So with that, thank you so much.
Thank you, Hilda. Okay, and have we had anyone join us? I don't see any AFSCME, MMA. So I guess that's for our groups here, and we'll move on, okay, from our associations to our Parent Teacher Student Association. I don't see any PTA members either. I'm assuming that my screen shows everyone that's in attendance, so it's a small meeting today. Okay, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. Okay, so that, moving on to public comments. This is open session items. Opportunities for the public comments occur at the beginning of each agenda item and at this time for items not on the agenda. Comments may be submitted online prior to the meeting. Submissions will be read aloud during the board meeting by the board president or our designee. Each speaker is limited to a maximum of 5 minutes, and each topic or item is limited to a total of 20 minutes. Board members cannot immediately respond to public comments as stated on the speaker request form. Do we have any public comments, Mr. Waddell?
Good afternoon, everybody. No, there are no public comments for today's meeting.
Okay, then moving on, we get to item 9. This is recognition. The Board of Trustees wants to honor our past president, Mrs. Randall Trejo. We want to all thank you for your service as a board president from December 2019 through December 2020. You had an unusual year, to say the least, okay? And would you like to say a few words right now? Anne-Marie?
No, I just want to thank you, and I want to thank the board. I think we are a fantastic board, and I think we have a fantastic cabinet, fantastic district, and just I'm so honored to have served, and I hope I did a good job.
Okay, very good. All right. Yes, thank you for your work. It is a good district. It's a great district. I wouldn't have been with it for 52 years if it wasn't good to me. So I'm getting up there. Okay, item number 10, we are going to go into items of business. Item 10.1. This is resolution number 2020/21-HR-03, National School Counseling Week.
So moved.
Action item. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, motion and second. Roll call vote. We will start with Mrs. Randall Trejo.
I vote aye, and I want to thank our counselors for all the work they do. They go above and beyond.
Definitely. I didn't. Okay, Brian, Mr. O'Neill.
I vote aye and ditto what Ms. Randall Trejo said.
Right. Mr. Jabbar.
Aye, and ditto that too.
And Mrs. Smith.
And I would like to ditto, but I'd also like to say that just out of a deep appreciation for Lisa Rockwell, I'd like to put my eye with her heart on it.
Very nice. Okay, and of course I vote aye, and not to have slighted the counselors. I didn't go on and say a lot, but National School Counseling Week should be really acknowledged because our counselors are doing an overtime job right now. I mean, this right now and during this past year, and now they're working even harder than usual with some of the issues that we're finding in online schooling. So thank you all. Okay, item 10.2. This is resolution number 2020/21-BOT-08, School Board Recognition Month. This is an action item. Who would like to? All right, Kathy moves and
Second.
Second.
Anne Marie seconds. Okay. Any comments or statements?
Well, I just want to confess that I asked for this item because I never knew that there actually was a recognition month for school board members. And I think that, as you said, we've had a very unusual year. And I think, none of us do this work for recognition. None of us, want the recognition. But I just thought, this is a time where I think that we just really need to kind of sit up a little straighter and, pat ourselves on the back for the stress that we've been under, the hard decisions that we've had to make throughout all the years that we've been board members. But anyway, I just really thought this was apropos for this time in that we're living. So I honor all of you and thank you.
Thank you. Nice idea. Okay, any other comments? All right, seeing none, this is also a roll call vote, and we will start with Mrs. Trejo.
I vote aye.
Who started it? Okay, Mr. O'Neill.
Aye.
Mr. Jabbar.
Aye.
Mrs. Smith.
My eye has got a big thank you to Anne Marie for bringing this forward.
And I ditto that. Okay, and I also vote aye. Okay, educational services item 10.3 has been deleted. I'm looking for the right word. Item 10.4, donation, Kaiser Permanente, Southern California.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Okay. The district applied for a monetary donation and was approved by the Kaiser Permanente, Southern California, to help support the district's ongoing efforts to prioritize the health and well-being of the school community. This donation will specifically enhance our COVID-19 response and prevention strategies. And we thank the Kaiser Permanente. Okay, I need a roll call vote. Any other comments on this? Questions? Okay, a roll call vote, starting with Mrs. Trejo.
Aye, and I just want to thank Kaiser. Kaiser saved my life when I was born, and I had surgery through Kaiser, and I really love the work they do. And so glad that we have a partnership with them. I think they were the first to sign up with our AIM program as well.
All right, Mr. O'Neill,
I say aye with a thank you also.
Mr. Jabbar,
I would thank you, especially for their participation with aid program as well.
yes, very good. They do a lot for our AIM program. And Mrs. Smith?
Well, and mine, I'm an I, and they saved my brother's life last year, removed the cancer from his brain.
Wow.
And it's a big thank you.
All right, and I will vote aye, of course. Okay. Item 10.5, Consulting Agreement Experience, Inc. Action item. Do I have a motion? Do I have and a second? Okay. This, any questions, comments? Okay, this consulting agreement will provide externship experiences to our students to inspire them to excel in their educational and career goals. It will provide students with multi-day industry experiences where students have the ability to try out different career paths.
Well,
Okay.
Having said that, I just so that the public gets to hear a little bit more of a description, if maybe Jaren could go over in detail a little bit more so that folks who are watching know what it is.
Yeah,
That would be good.
So I know Scott Rendell is not on the call, and he could actually give the most detailed description of what they did. But I know they worked with our students at Magnolia Dale. It did connect with the work that we're doing with cybersecurity. As you know, we have been really intentional as a district to bring these exclusive pathways that will lead to real opportunities, real jobs for our students throughout their life. And the students who are in our cybersecurity program got a tremendous opportunity with this group, the Experience Inc. And I know in speaking with Scott, the students who did participate had a tremendous time. They learned quite a bit, and they enjoyed the opportunity to connect with this group. Of course, because of the pandemic, it was done virtually. So a little different than what it would normally be like if we weren't in a pandemic, but nonetheless, also very exciting. And I think what you'll see at the next board meeting is we're bringing back items regarding the UCI Law, School of Law. That also took place in the fall with UCI, and we're bringing that back in the spring, already doing our recruiting. So just a lot of great opportunities for our kids. And again, as Superintendent Matsuda has said, even though we're faced with challenges in the pandemic, it has not stopped our forward thinking and bringing these kinds of opportunities for our students. So very, very cool.
Thank you, because I was going to question that. I wanted to hear if, how it went and whether it was successful and if the students really enjoyed it. So that's good. One more opportunity. That's superb for our students. Okay, we have did we vote on this yet?
Not yet.
Okay, roll call. Mrs. Trejo.
I vote aye.
Mr. O'Neill.
Aye.
Mr. Jabbar.
Aye.
And Mrs. Smith.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Okay, we're ratifying that was already done. Okay, item 11. This is our consent calendar.
11.4 G.
Any others? I have 11.2 G. Any other requests to pull items?
I just wanted to make a quick comment for 11.5.
Okay.
Ask a question. Sorry.
Okay. Any others? Then do I have a motion to
Move the balance.
Move the balance. Okay. So Jabbar, and who was the second?
Brian.
Brian. Okay. Thank you. All right. So roll call vote for the balance of the consent calendar. Mrs. Trejo.
Aye.
Mr. O'Neill.
Aye.
Mr. Jabbar.
Aye.
Mrs. Smith.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Okay, 11.4 G. Mr. All right, I have a motion and a second. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So, Mrs. Trejo.
Aye.
Mr. O'Neill.
Abstain.
Mr. Jabbar.
Aye.
And Mrs. Smith?
Aye.
And I vote aye. All right. Item 11.5.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? And a second. Okay. Questions?
I just noticed on the check register that we're still, or there was a conference with the flipping, and I was just wondering what that was all about. Sorry to put you on the spot, but did they have a conference, or is a conference coming up? And how's that? Jaren or Manuel?
Do we have more flipping group conference,
Capturing Kids' Heart.
workshops?
So we're not doing the Capturing Kids' Hearts school wide right now. What we are doing is we are offering certain employees in the district, teachers, to attend the Capturing Kids' Hearts if they are at a school that's been trained, but they themselves have not been trained because they're new to the school. So it's not like what we had done before where we have to do a big contract with them because we're not training the entire school at a time. It's very similar to when we send teachers to a normal conference. It's just this is virtual. So it's a different process that we go through. So we have for those. There's a few other conferences that people are attending, but they're virtual, obviously, because of where we're at. So yeah, I mean, the professional development has not stopped because of the pandemic either, right? So that's the way we've been doing that now, and we'll see when we're back to more normal circumstances about continuing with the work with flipping and capturing at all of our other schools that haven't yet been trained.
That's fantastic. I was really excited to see that, and I was hoping that we were still doing the training, even though we're in the middle of a pandemic. So
they've adapted their modules to a virtual world. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad they did it. They did that flip. I'm glad the flippin' did a flip.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, we'll take a vote. Mrs. Trejo?
Aye.
Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Mr. Jabbar?
Aye.
And Mrs. Smith?
Aye.
And myself, I vote aye. Okay. All right, that takes care of the consent calendar, and we'll move on to item 12, superintendent and staff report.
I'd like to just take a second to echo the resolution thanking the Board of Trustees. I know I speak on behalf of our entire staff, and I'm sure our association presidents would agree that in these times we're very fortunate to have a stable, experienced, wise, and courageous Board of Trustees. So I want to thank you for your leadership during these difficult times. Thank you.
I have no report tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just like to just extend our well wishes to all of our employees and all of our students and all of their families. I know that folks are going through so much right now during this difficult time, and that our thoughts are with all of you, and we hope that this year is a good turning point for us. But we know that people have been through a lot, and we're hearing these stories more and more. So that's it.
Any other cabinet?
This is Nancy Nyan. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for such a warm welcome so far. And I have met a few of you now, I think, at this point. So some in persons as well. So thank you so much for the warm welcome. And I look forward to seeing everybody more in person at some point. So thank you.
That would be nice when we can get back to in person. So, okay. Brad, do you have anything more to say?
Oh, nothing else. Thank you.
My goodness. Okay. Manuel, anything?
I also, want to thank everyone. I also want to recognize and appreciate our retirees who retired at the end of first semester. I know that we spoke about Ms. Rockwell, great counselor at Savannah, but we had many more that also retired at the semester. And so thank you for your service, and we wish you well.
Yes, very good. Yeah, there were some mid-year retirees, but a lot of them are going to wait until the end of the school year. So, bon voyage and lucky people. Okay. Board of Trustees report. Okay, we'll start with our past president, Mrs. Trejo.
So I attended the Personnel Commission meeting and our ROP meeting. And I will let our trustee Jabbar explain some good news that we received with about Western High School with that meeting. And also we heard some wonderful things about you, Nancy, at that meeting from the LaSalle trustee. Just wanted to welcome you to this meeting as well. And to really thank, our classified HR for the work that they've been doing, repurposing, reconfiguring. How do you hire people? In the middle of a pandemic. I just think that everyone has been just doing a tremendous job, but I want to make sure that we recognize that our HR department has been doing some, miracle work too. For me, it seems like this has just been an amazing turnabout of training that, since you're kind of stuck in this virtual world. So I've been taking advantage and I signed up for school. So I'm experiencing what, our students are going through when you turn in assignments and they disappear and all of that. So, and deadlines and it's been very interesting and exciting at the same time. And I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year and to continue with the sentiments of our Mr. Jackson that, everyone is going through a lot. And, when one of us hurts, we all hurt. We are a family, and just, know that we're going to get through all of this, and we're going to get through all of it together. It sounds like a cliche, but we are. And that's the only way I know how to get through things is together. And so Happy New Year. We're going to make it. Thank you.
Ooh. Thank you. All right. Mr. O'Neill.
Thank you, Ms. Piercy. I attended CSBA conference online and a OCSBA, both on the budget, with the, I almost said superintendent, what the governor is proposing. So we'll see how that goes throughout the rest of this first half of the year, see what the May revise is going to be like, and hopefully that we're going to continue to get some good news by then. I also wanted to welcome Nancy, because I know she is going to be handling all of this through the business department. It's a real challenge. So I look forward to working with you and hearing only the good news. We don't want to hear the bad news, Nancy. Only the good news. That's what's in front of us. I wanted to congratulate all of the retirees who have left the district and are now more than likely at home, but more in a relaxed state. So I wish you well, and I know that you'll be enjoying the fruits of your labor in a few months as we all get our vaccine and we're able to start to have a more normal life, hopefully in the next 4 to 6 months. So I want to thank everybody for all the work they have put in during this period of time of this COVID. I know it has been a real taxing issue on everybody, not just the teachers, but the administration and the students also, and all the staff that help support the education process. So I wish you all well, and look forward to seeing you at the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. Well said. Mr. Jabbar.
Thank you. Well, first of all, Happy New Year to all of you. And congratulations to all the retirees. I'm sure they're also in one way relief, but a relief that they're not going through this pandemic worrying about work. So thank you to all their services. I wanted to, I think Anne Marie mentioned about congratulations to one of our schools, which is Western High School dance team, won an award for their message behind the mask dance routine that they had that they submitted to OC Human Relations. I was fortunate enough to be in the room when boss Supervisor Doug Chafee was choosing which school to pick in terms of the entries, and hands down he picked, without any of my influence, of course. He looked at each and every one of the entries and picked Western High School for their program. I urge you to watch it. It's absolutely amazing talent of our students, and also need to congratulate Miley, who's the teacher. So congratulations to Western High School dance team. I was also fortunate to come in and do a video with, again, with my boss, Supervisor Doug Chafee, to accept the Wi-Fi units which had come in to the county. They looked incredible. I'm glad that the district received 10 of them. And thank you, John, for putting that video together. It actually showed all the Wi-Fi units. I think our community will greatly benefit with those units. So thank you very much. I was also fortunate enough to be yesterday at a press conference where the county rolled out the Super Site pod at Disneyland. Disneyland partnered with the County of Orange Healthcare Agency to open up their site for the vaccination. While we were doing the press conference, we saw many of folks who had made the appointment roll through to get their vaccination. Again, like Trustee O'Neill said, we're looking forward to accomplishing that. We have, the county has a goal of vaccinating majority of the Orange County citizens by July 4th, and it's called Operation Independence. So we hope that we'll be out of the woods and people will start getting back to their normal lives. I don't know if it'll be normal, but we're hoping that it will be, and we'll have a great school year, especially for our kids. Thank you very much.
Anna, you need to unmute.
Okay, I was hitting the wrong button. I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Jabbar. Mrs. Smith.
I brought the attention of a lady that worked for our district that died of COVID. And on the front page of the Anaheim Bulletin this morning, there's a second story about her. And many of these people that die of COVID are faceless and nameless. But Linda Hanma served lunches to students in the Anaheim Union High School District for 25 years, making lasting impressions with her kindness. And she was a resident of Anaheim, and she served lunches at Thomas Jefferson Elementary for many years. And they said because the lesson of her life was simple, kindness is a powerful force. And I just wanted to bring attention to the lovely picture that her daughter holds of her mother in her arms. And if you have the availability to see this online, it's a wonderful article about a wonderful person who worked in our district, and she was known as the lunch lady. And lastly, I attended the insurance committee meeting yesterday, and it's always very powerful with information and understanding. And Yvette from Gallagher does a wonderful job with her team. So we welcome Nancy, and once again, we welcome you to the bigger part of the picture. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith. And my report will be fairly short, other than saying to everyone again, Happy New Year, because we are starting a new year. I'm going to make a little comment. I love the fact that our agenda today has been so light, and I'm hoping maybe next month's agenda will be somewhat similarly light. I also attended the CSBA and the OCSBA webinars and workshops, and learned a lot about the proposed funding from Governor Newsom. I just hope a lot of it comes true. I mean, it looks great if we get it, but unfortunately, as Nancy Neen said, some of the money that's being offered is basically like categoricals, and there's a lot of strings attached to it, and a lot of things a lot of hoops you have to jump through in order to get it. So, you know, if people are aware that we don't get all the money, it's because of all the little stipulations attached to it. It makes it difficult. No answer is simple. And please, everyone who's listening in, we are working as a board and a cabinet as hard as we can to get everything back to as beneficial for our students as we can. If that means, if things work out and we can maybe come back to some sort of hybrid in-class model, then we'll do that. But if we can't, then bear with us. We are working as hard as we can. Our teachers are working hard. They're doing a tremendous job. And as Grant had said, they are really pleased with the new schedule. And I've talked to some parents who have found that new schedule is so much better for the kids. And, not only for the kids, but for the teachers. And that way, they can work with the students a lot better. That's all I have was those two. I failed to attend the insurance meeting yesterday, but that's because I attended the principals meeting instead, which I found very interesting. And I missed this morning's coffee with the principal at Lexington, but I'll try to catch the next one. So once again, and to all of our retirees, bon voyage. I hope that you enjoy your retirement very much. Thank you for your service. And everyone, stay healthy, do what you need, wear those masks, and be careful. Don't get in large groups, and get your vaccine. And it is a good vaccine, and I hope everyone gets a shot. Yes.
Madam President, I had a quick question for Trustee Jabbar.
Okay. Our resident expert here.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we calling the web?
Athena?
No, the web, the mobile web.
The mobile vaccination units?
No, for Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
Wi-Fi.
Okay, mobile units, yeah.
Yeah. How are they secured when you put them in a neighborhood?
They have to be secured to a vehicle. So if they're going to be parking it somewhere, then they need to be with a vehicle so that it's actually attached. It's kind of like a trailer.
Okay.
So it'll be behind with a lock in it.
But
if it's in a
dropping them off and leaving them in the neighborhoods.
Right, and you can leave it in a neighborhood, but there needs to be a way to secure it.
Mm-hmm.
So
there
is a way to secure it. It's just that they need a location to secure it. So
got it.
If it's a vehicle, it's easy. You have the bolt behind it that you can secure.
And our feeder elementary should be thankful as well for those.
Very good. That is really good that we've got those units. So, did you have anything else to say, Mr. Jabbar? You looked like you were going to say something. Okay. All right. So those are our trustees' reports. And item 14, advanced planning. We have our next regular meeting of the Board of Trustees will be held on Thursday, February 4th at 4 p.m. And do I have any suggested agenda items from the board? Okay, seeing none, we will go to 14.2. Item 15. Wait a minute, I hear someone.
No, I said so moved on your 15.
Oh, okay, you're jumping ahead of me. Okay. Item
Second.
15, adjournment. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. This one we can do all in favor, can't we, all at once?
You bet.
Okay. Or do I have to do roll call?
No,
Okay.
just vote.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I didn't hear any objections, even though Mr. Jabbar's mic was off.
I saw his mouth move.
There you go. Pardon?
I saw his mouth move.
Lift
Okay.
up so we can see the baby. Lift the baby.
Hold her up.
There you go.
All right, bye, everyone.